you're a city in a world of constant war, you build walls. But one legendary city didn't just build walls, it turned its entire landscape into a fortress. This is Ani, the shield of the Caucasus. For centuries, its defenses were considered a masterpiece, walls that held back not just invading armies, but the shaking of the earth itself. What were the secrets hidden in its stones? For over 1,000 years, this city has stood as a silent testament to a forgotten empire. At its peak, Ani was a bustling metropolis of nearly 100,000 people, a rival to the great cities of Constantinople and Baghdad. Today, it's a ghost city. Its magnificent churches and palaces are crumbling under the Anatolian sun. But its most powerful statement remains: the colossal walls that once protected its people. So, let's explore the brilliant engineering that made Ani's walls legendary. To understand Ani, you first have to understand its geography. The genius of its defense didn't start with a blueprint. It started with picking the absolute perfect spot. Its builders chose a triangular plateau in what is now northeastern Turkey, a natural stronghold that immediately gave them a massive advantage. On one side, the city is guarded by the deep, imposing ravine of the Akurian River, which today forms a natural border with Armenia. On the other, the equally steep Bostanlar Valley creates another nearly impossible barrier to cross. This was strategic thinking at its best. By using the terrain, Ani's architects didn't even need to build walls on two of the city's three sides. The cliffs were their walls, the rivers their moats. That left just one exposed direction: the flat, open plain to the north. This was Ani's only real vulnerability, and it's where the city's engineers focused all of their genius to build one of the most sophisticated defensive systems of the Middle Ages. The problem was obvious. How do you stop powerful armies on open ground? Their solution wasn't just a wall, it was a shield of stone. Facing the northern plains, where attackers were sure to come, the engineers of Ani didn't settle for a single wall. They built a massive double-wall system. And this wasn't just two layers of stone, it was an integrated machine, designed to shatter an army's charge and trap them in a deadly killing field. The inner wall was the spine of the defense. It was taller, thicker, and packed with powerful towers. These towers, a mix of semicircular and rectangular shapes, were spaced closely together. This allowed defenders to fire arrows and projectiles from multiple angles, creating lethal, overlapping fields of fire. In front of this main wall stood a second, lower outer wall. Its job was to absorb the first hit of an assault, breaking up enemy formations before they could even touch the main defenses. But here's the truly clever part. The gates and towers of the inner and outer walls were deliberately misaligned. An attacker who smashed through the outer gate wouldn't get a straight shot to the inner one. Instead, they'd be forced into a narrow, twisting corridor, completely exposed to the defenders on the taller inner wall. This asymmetrical design turned the space between the walls into a death trap, a maze designed to funnel, confuse, and pick invaders apart. The incredible resilience of Ani's walls comes down to more than just their design. It's in the very stones they're made from. The entire city was built with a local volcanic basalt tufa, a type of stone that was both easy to carve and incredibly tough. This choice was practical, but it was also aesthetic. The tufa came in a range of rich colors, from yellows and rose reds to jet black. The builders used these colors to create beautiful patterns. The walls are mostly a warm, orange-hued stone, but in some areas, they're decorated with black stone in striking checkerboard or cross patterns. But this was more than just decoration. Using different colored stones and block sizes was a smart construction technique. By avoiding perfectly straight horizontal and vertical lines, the engineers created a stronger, more cohesive surface. These stones were held together with a special binding agent known as Khorasan mortar. This lime-based mortar was incredibly durable, and helped the walls withstand the harsh climate of the region. The mix of colorful tufa and strong Khorasan mortar resulted in walls that were not only beautiful, but built to last. When you look closely at Ani's fortifications, you see that every single detail blends art with hardcore defensive function. The outer walls and gates were decorated with intricate carvings like crosses and reliefs of lions and snakes. While these symbols had deep cultural meaning, their placement was also part of the defensive design. Even the shape of the gates was a feat of engineering. Many of the openings were trapezoidal with angled sides. This was a brilliant, subtle piece of structural design. When a battering ram hits a gate, the force is usually focused on the weakest points. But the angled openings of Ani's gates were designed to deflect and scatter the force of an impact, preventing a catastrophic breach. It's a principle modern engineers know well, but here it is, executed in stone over 1,000 years ago. This fusion of beauty and strength shows that the builders of Ani saw no difference between art and engineering. The walls were a symbol of the city's power, but they were also a weapon, where even the decorations played a role. We're exploring the engineering secrets of the ancient world. If you think the ingenuity of builders who created structures that have lasted for millennia is as fascinating as we do, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. There are so many more lost technologies and architectural marvels to uncover together. While the huge walls protected Ani from above, a whole other world offered safety from below. Beneath the city lies a massive, complex network of caves and tunnels, often called underground Ani. This wasn't just a random collection of caves, it was a planned, organized part of the city. The scale of this underground network is staggering, with hundreds of connected chambers, halls, and corridors carved right into the soft volcanic tufa. Some of these halls are enormous. This underground city likely had several uses. It was a refuge during brutal sieges, a safe place from bombardments. It might have also been a form of urban sprawl, offering living quarters when the population outgrew the space inside the walls. Recent discoveries have even uncovered large storage rooms filled with massive jars, pointing to a system for stockpiling supplies to survive long sieges. Archaeologists have found homes, workshops, and even a cave church, its walls still showing faint traces of frescoes underground. Ani wasn't just a temporary shelter, it was a living, breathing part of the city, fully integrated into its defense and its daily life. A fortress is only as strong as its weakest points, and for any walled city, the gates are a major vulnerability. The engineers at Ani tackled this with a system of heavily fortified, strategically placed gates. Gates like the Kars Gate and the Lion Gate weren't just entrances, they were complex defensive structures. Each gate's design was tailored to the threat it faced. Gates on the naturally protected sides were simpler, but the main gates on the vulnerable northern front were masterpieces of defensive design. The Lion Gate, for instance, gets its name from a powerful carving of a lion on the wall, a clear symbol of the city's strength. The Kars Gate, one of the best preserved, is flanked by two massive round towers of different sizes, allowing defenders to attack anyone who approached from multiple angles. And as we mentioned, the gates of the double wall system were offset. This created a staggered entry, a fatal choke point designed to kill an attacking army's momentum. Every corridor was controlled, forcing invaders to navigate a deadly maze while under constant fire from the walls above. This careful control of who gets in and where they can go shows a deep understanding of siege warfare, turning the city's entrances from weaknesses into weapons. Ani's enemies weren't only invading armies. The city is in one of the world's most seismically active regions. A massive earthquake in 1319 was a major factor in its eventual decline. And yet, for centuries before that, and even in their ruined state today, the walls have survived countless tremors. This wasn't luck. It was the result of brilliant, intuitive earthquake engineering. Armenian architects had long known how to build with stone in earthquake-prone lands. They knew that rigid, perfectly uniform structures were brittle and likely to collapse. So they used a few key ideas to give their buildings flexibility. First was the use of incredibly thick, massive walls. Their sheer mass helped them resist the swaying and rocking of an earthquake. Second, they used irregularly shaped but perfectly fitted stones. Builders from the Incas in the Andes to the Armenians in the Caucasus knew that tight-fitting, irregular blocks could shift slightly during a quake and dissipate seismic energy without failing. A wall of small bricks has thousands of joints that can fail, but a wall of massive, interlocking stones acts more like a single, resilient unit.
The careful cutting and fitting of the tufa blocks in Ani's walls created a surface with incredible cohesion, allowing it to absorb and scatter the violent shocks of an earthquake. The fact that these ruins are still standing after 1,000 years is the ultimate proof of their success. The story of Ani is one of genius born from pure necessity. Perched on its natural throne and wrapped in a shield of stone, it was a city built to survive. Its builders were masters of their environment, turning the landscape itself into a defensive weapon. They engineered a double wall system on their vulnerable side that was a death trap for any attacker. They used local volcanic stone to build structures that were not only strong, but also uniquely beautiful. They built a secret city underground for refuge and carved gates designed to scatter the force of battering rams. And they developed techniques that let their creations withstand the violent shaking of the earth itself. Today, Ani is a silent, wind-swept ruin. But it's more than just a relic of a lost kingdom. It's a lesson in engineering, a testament to a time when art, culture, and military science came together to create something legendary. The walls of Ani no longer guard a kingdom, but they still stand as the enduring shield of the Caucasus, a monument to the genius of the people who built them. What other examples of incredible ancient engineering should we explore next? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.